All right, folks, Positive Paul. It is Saturday, June 6th, 2020. Well, bless the young men that stormed the beaches of Normandy 76 years ago. My mom's uncle, Joe Stoy, was one of those young men. He stormed up on a Utah beach, and he made it all the way through the European theater, came back, could have went home to Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh, but instead he chose to go out and fight in the Pacific Theater, and he lost his life when they invaded Okinawa. So Uncle Joe, God bless you, and I'm sorry to report that if you knew what was going on today, it'd probably make you sick to your stomach. Now, these creepy chameleon, Canaanite, dirty dog, Draco hybrid, reptoid shape-shifting Nazi scum have done something they can't turn back from. The number one crime is the destruction of God's children through satanic ritual abuse. And it's not enough that a baby reptoid gets sacrificed, folks. It has to be someone tied to the Abrahamic blood link, tied to Noah, tied to that spirit that moved across the water. And that's the only spirit that will save you. Not these other gods. We were told time and time again, but a stiff-necked people didn't listen. But furthermore, this time travel, they did something they can't turn back from, folks. It's all crumbling on them. They keep trying to do these time shifts to stabilize their satanic psychopath timeline that they created with these children, and I was one of them. And I am the last known person on earth, unless there's someone in Europe or Australia or England somewhere, but they can't show the evidence. I have the evidence, and I'm gonna show you it in a minute, in 1 minute. So they keep trying to stabilize this timeline that they created, and they can't do it. That's why all this stuff is taking place up in the sky, the two suns, these demonic cloud formations. Everything's coming apart at the seams, and whatever they did, they can't fix. Now, part of the problem is they had to rope in the rest of these satanic ritual abuse survivors. Look, there never was a TI community. There's a phony TI community, and their job is to still the true testimony of a true satanic ritual abuse survivor, an MK Ultra survivor. Mute their testimony. That's why I'm the most censored man on YouTube, and that's why no one will touch me. You people make me sick. So what happens is, during this experimentation, I do not know. Look, the Philadelphia experiment, yes, that was an accident. And that might have created the time loop originally. But after that, they jumped in head first with this time travel, and it revolves around these rituals. And Aleister Crowley is the godfather of this. Around 1904, through a channeling operation with his wife, I guess some demon or Lucifer himself appeared, gave Crowley a book. The book explained how it will be the end of Christianity and a new dawn will rise. Crowley took the mantle. And years later, he wrote a book of poetry that caught the attention of a German occultist, Theodor Reuss. And Reuss tracked Crowley down, and he said, hey, look, you let the secret out. And Crowley said, hey, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Theodor Reuss immediately ordained him into the OTO and explained to him that the secret revolves around tantric, sexual, magic rituals. And this involved the sodomizing of little boys and girls, specifically little boys. They apparently, and this is what Crowley was told, and I'm assuming it was correct, because look at this mess we're in. We're swimming in spiritual sewage now, folks, thanks to these assholes. I'm so worked up I can't talk. But this was done to access different dimensions, and Crowley and Ernest started with this, and these sick, disgusting Jesuit Catholic scum in Germany are at the heart of this, especially these assholes in the Vatican. Uncle Carl was one of the highest ranking Satanists to come out of Bavaria. He was born in 1875. Somehow the Illuminati seduced him. His younger brother, my great-grandfather, Paul W.F. Lindner, fought him and fought all these assholes back then. He fought the making of the Federal Reserve. They sidelined him, made him crazy. I don't know why he joined the KKK, but he did this at age 47 after living a life of fighting these assholes. So whatever, I can't, that's him, that's not me. Who knows? But Uncle Carl's his older brother, possessed by a fallen angel, he rose up to the highest ranks of the 13 bloodlines. He represented the Merovingian bloodline. These people can only survive off these rituals and the destruction of these children. I was one of them. When you see in Exodus chapter 13, when the womb of Israel is opened, the matrix, that means when these children tied to that spirit pop up and they're the firstborn, you set them aside to the Lord. But these psychopaths, sick, satanic, lapdog, Luciferian scum don't do that. They thrive off finding these children when they pop out. That's why the bloodlines came into play. That's how they narrowed it. That's how they funneled them down into what it is today. So this time travel, all right, these Basagio types, all that, Swerdlow. Yes, Swerdlow was involved in the Montauk Project, but he would have been killed had he not went along with the program and became a disinfo agent. Plain and simple. And Basagio, he's clueless. He says, oh, my father was a scientist in the CIA. Yes, he was. I've already shown you pictures of Uncle Carl hanging out with Nixon, all right? Everybody reported to Uncle Carl. And then it went from there. Kissinger, Bush, all that. I don't care what you people believe. It doesn't matter anymore. It's a done deal. Their timeline that they create is crumbling. And yes, there is going to be a rapture. And it's going to come soon. Now, the tribulation, I guarantee you, if you think, here, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to be a Scrooge. I'm canceling Christmas. And I guarantee you that the tribulation will be in full effect before 2021 hits. They cannot do these time shifts no more. That's why they've been chasing me around. That's why when you see these planes come over with these EMP bursts, whatever they're doing has something to do trying to stabilize their timeline concerning me. Now, the first shift, it may have occurred in 1976, but we know for sure another one occurred on August 12th, 1983. And look, they keep going back to the well. But it's gotten to the point, like I said, with this hybrid breeding program, they took over every single aspect of our society with these hybrids, these creepy Canaanites. Judges, doctors, lawyers, politicians. And look what's happening now, because they can't control these timelines. These people that are protected by the technology, Because look, when the technology fails, you're going to see their dirty, ugly, disgusting mugs for what they are. Now look, here's yesterday with this Fox News bimbo. Again, look at her eyes. Come on, there's no pupils, nothing. Now look what happens. The whole thing starts freaking out for about a mere 5 seconds, and then they correct it. Now look, we've been showing this. Now here's how it works. When you see these two lens flares, back in, like I said, back in February with this coronavirus thing was necessary because they couldn't stabilize their other timeline. That's why you see two lens flares. Nobody can produce this. I am the only one in the world. That's why I am the only one left. Now look, there are other satanic ritual abuse survivors out there, but they don't have anything to do with time travel. They were just using these rituals to suck off their energy. So when you see these two suns, all the weird stuff going on in the sky, it has to do with the two timelines merging. And when I believe they knew it was happening late last year. And in January, the first video showed up with the double lens flare on me. And I put some of these videos up, but you people are so blind. You keep following these phonies, these phony TIs. Look, there never was a TI community. There is a satanic ritual abuse survivor group that came online, and they thought they were TIs. And yes, you're targeted. But the whole goal of the phony TI community is to steal the real satanic ritual abuse survivor testimony and make them look crazy. That's what it's all about. And right now, that's all that's left is a bunch of phonies. I don't think you can even count the real ones on one hand. And you people that think by avoiding me, by never coming on my channel and supporting me, you think you call yourself God-fearing people, you're cowards. Yes, you'll be saved. And yes, some of you are God's children. But you're cowardly, and you'll figure that out when it's all said and done. I know, you don't want to hear this, do you? All right? Well, I don't see anybody out there homeless, except for this Jubilina, who, like I said, I don't know how she can keep continuing trying to hawk money and keep doing what she's doing. All right? Yes. She has something going on with herself. Yes, so does Kevin Meredith. But look, when you see these two lens flares, when you see this fallen angel, all right, there's your proof. Now, there's Lucifer himself, the double lens flare. This is all in one video. Old Lucy, look, you got the fallen angel on the bottom. Look at that. Old Lucy has to get involved now. So your boy Trump, look, the goal of these phony disinfo agents, their number one goal is to take you away from the fact that it's a spiritual battle. The only person online that accurately describes any of this that's going on is Zeph Daniel. Now, look, Zeph, you're supporting a bunch of phonies, so that doesn't bode well for you. I know you don't want to hear this, but yes, you don't want to get thrown off a bridge either. I am sorry for that, sir, but you better think long and hard about who you're supporting. And when you started blabber-mouthing about Trump and the economy and this and that, and your gang-stalking shtick ran out of gas, that's when you lost me. So look, you have to listen to these people because if not, you're totally going to be lost. Yes, they're going to talk Jesus. They have no choice, people. Do you get that? They can bold-face lie. And some of them might be program monarchs doing this. Who knows? You know, look, this damage control thing, they knew this was going to happen someday, so they had a plan in place. Concerning me, too. Now, when you see this hologram distortion, this electromagnetic distortion, it's one thing. These people are not human. They're hybrids. They got no salvation. And their whole goal, their whole shtick is to lead to, just like Zeph, to rope in the rest of the satanic ritual abuse survivors because they can't keep tabs on all of them. It was impossible. The real ones have implants. No one ever talked about implants. You keep talking about this R&M supercomputer, and yes, it's out there. I've stated that. This Brian 2, this blubber boy Brian 2, globetrotting all around the world. All right, he's still doing the same thing. I don't get it. And then I was watching Matrix video today, and this guy Henry's asking, oh, what about Brian 2? I don't know why Matrix removed his comment. Brian's never had his comment section on. We got to get a clue here, people. I'm trying to show support to people. But if you think that I can't, within very short time, figure out who's fucking playing games and who's not, look, for some of you, it's just one big Hollywood script. I get it. Look, Hollywood's there to mind control all you, and they did their job. You people, with the movies, the TV, the music, all that. It was all to take you away from Jesus. The fact that he is the Savior. He is the door, the gateway to get into heaven and be before the throne of God and find salvation. It's the faith of not seeing but believing that yes, this world is not going to continue as it is. Do you get that? So here you go. When you see this, folks, it means one thing. Everything else in the picture is fine. Look at that. Everything. But their skin, their face, their hands. When you see this, the same thing. Look, they're all the same. And yes, they're going to talk Jesus. They're going to act like they're helping you because they don't want to listen to someone like me because I'm going to be rough around the edges. I'm going to sound pissed off. There's nothing to be happy about with this, folks. All right? Now, I apologize to all of you. Had I not been raped, tortured, electrocuted, put through trauma-based mind control, had been, the whole gambit, I would have told you this a long time ago, and that's why they saw me coming. And that's why Uncle Carl, Bush, all of them been feeding off me all this time, my family, these sellouts that are essentially, because they got caught with their pants down, they piecemeal $1 here, $1 there that my son's mom has control over just to feed me because they can't kill me. Because if something happens to me, it's game over for all you people. Now, when you see these out-of-work actors like Plackinger, who, again, I told you, pretty tough, never mentioned about a book. You don't think these assholes can study real targets and then come up with a phony book? And then look, she couldn't act her way out of Hollywood, so they got to put her on YouTube. What's the lowest form on earth right now? A YouTube fraud. A lowly, dirty YouTube fraud. And look, now the cyber hug girl, Rosalind R., with her new avatar, took over amongst the other goofballs reading from her phony book because she ran out of gas with that. So now she's going to resort to trying to read out of the Bible. It's disgusting. And this satanic character, one of my gang stalkers up in San Diego, one of the handlers. This is just, man, look, you're all going to be held into account. And go ahead and tell me how wrong I am. Tell me what I am doing wrong, what a jerk I am. And I tell you what, hellfire is going to come right back at all you. Now, Ochu, he sat there back on March 26th, 2019, telling us, oh, I don't care about money. I don't give a shit about money. He takes his whole paycheck and he shows you how he burns it. But what does he do? No less than 3 weeks later, he's on YouTube hawking money, setting up his PayPal. You people disgust me. You're not people. You're creepy Canaanites. You're a bunch of dirty dog hybrids. That's it. Now, I'm not going to calm down because I'm going to make a prediction again, folks. There won't be any Christmas. Santa's not coming. There's no presents. And what you're going to get, your gift, America, because you all stuck your head in the sand, good people pretending not to realize, not to look around, that you've been living in a false reality. So your gift is going to be the tribulation. So get ready and say your prayers.